Michael Whatley, thank you for joining us less than 1 week to Election Day.
Yeah, glad to be on with you. North Carolina is an important state.
This afternoon, Puerto Rican reggaeton star Nicky Jam revoked his endorsement of former President Trump after his rally at Madison Square Garden on Sunday when a comedian called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. The campaign must have known what Tony Hinchcliffe and the other speakers were going to say before they got on stage. Whose decision was it to bring Hinchcliffe on stage, and what conversations have you had with them since?
Well, what I would say is this, that, the comedian who made a bad joke, certainly was not cleared in terms of what the content was going to be. And that does not represent President Trump's feelings towards Puerto Rico. He's made it very clear that that does not represent his values. And he places a very high value on everybody from Puerto Rico. And we were very happy last night to see the senator from Puerto Rico who joined him at a rally in Pennsylvania and endorsed him.
So just to be clear, nobody knew the content of what Tony Hinchcliffe was going to say, because the Bulwark is reporting that Hinchcliffe's set had been reviewed by the Trump campaign.
Look, I would have to defer to the Trump campaign on that, and I will just reiterate the fact that this was not the president. Those were not his words, and it's not his feelings towards Puerto Rico or the people of Puerto Rico, who he holds in very high regard.
Okay. Regarding the North Carolina state race, a new WRAL News poll has Democrat Josh Stein leading Republican Mark Robinson by 15 points. Does the RNC still firmly back and support Robinson?
We support all of our candidates up and down the ballot. Right now, we see a lot of wins that we're going to have in North Carolina. And what we're seeing right now in terms of the enthusiasm for President Trump and the other Republican candidates on the ground in terms of the voter registration numbers, the early votes, the absentee vote requests. We're really in a position right now where President Trump is going to go into Election Day with a lead, which has not happened in either 2016 or in 2020.
Should voters make anything of the fact that Mark Robinson was not at this rally today in Rocky Mount? And although Trump had mentioned other candidates like Lori Buckout, he did not make any reference to Robinson? Well,
Mark is out campaigning all across the state, and he needs to continue to talk to the voters across North Carolina to make his case.
The Republican Party sought to purge about 225,000 North Carolina voters based on what they say are flaws in the voter registration system. A federal judge shot that down. Where do you stand currently on the legitimacy of the election so far, given that we've been seeing a significant turnout in early voting, even in Western North Carolina, where, of course, voters are overcoming obstacles?
Well, look, we want a fair, accurate, secure, and transparent election. So far, we feel very confident about where we've been in terms of the rules changes that have been adopted by the Board of Elections, by the state government, the legislature. And so as we head into Election Day, we're very optimistic and we're very upbeat.
Okay. Another WRAL poll shows that men favor Trump by 6 points. Women traditionally seen as more likely to vote over men, particularly young men. So with just days until Election Day, how do you get them out to vote?
Well, I think the key right now is to have that conversation directly with every voter in North Carolina, which is what Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are doing every single day. They have spent a very significant amount of time in North Carolina having those conversations directly. And it's also not just talking at them, but talking to them about the issues that they care about. North Carolina voters are extremely concerned about grocery prices, gasoline prices, housing prices, and the fact that Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote on $2.5 trillion worth of unnecessary, unneeded federal spending, which sent those prices through the roof because of their inflationary impacts, and the fact that in order to respond to that, the Fed has raised interest rates, which has made owning a house twice as expensive as it was just 4 years ago. So those are the issues that voters really care about. Donald Trump has said on day one he's going to end that inflationary spending. He's going to unleash American energy and bring those prices down for voters in North Carolina and all across the country.
Michael Whatley, thank you so much for joining us here on WRAL.
Thank you.